Hi guys, welcome to the next video. So this video is a day late, apologies for that, but yesterday was just a little bit hectic with moving and then I fell, yes, all the way down here. Just this dizziness just keeps on coming and going, and it was just a bit of a nightmare. So yes, this is the video. It's the super drug haul. So I did say originally it was going to be beauty and makeup, but it actually ended up more being hair and skin. And again, it's just essentials. I am on a no buy. So I've got the bag here to show you. I also kept the receipts. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take out the receipt, so then as we're going through the products I can show you. But everything was just repurchases that I need. I didn't get a brow pencil because I am on a no buy, and I think I'm just not used to that brow pencil, which is like the pen more than the pencil. So it's kind of like me just getting used to it, and there is probably like a quarter of it left, so I didn't go and get that. So yes, but there's new cleansers. I'm always trying to not stick to the same cleanser, but kind of try new ones. So we're going to check the first receipt. So the first receipt was now let me just tell me, this doesn't tell me the price, and just tell me what I got. So it doesn't. Okay, so this one does, but this one doesn't. Okay, hang on. Okay, so this one here, did I actually get a microfiber brow gel? I shouldn't have. Okay, one moment guys. So I actually did. That goes to show how how crazy my life has been at the minute. I actually did get a brow pencil, but I got it from Revolution. It's the Duo Brow Definer. Now I'm not going to open it up. There's a quarter of it left in the e.l.f. Brow Wiz, which we are going to be using on tomorrow's live. So tonight, literally, I've decided to bring everything over tomorrow because I'm on an overnight on a Tuesday, and I think since I have paid the rent over in the other place, it makes more sense, if work is 10 minutes away, to stay there tomorrow night. So actually the live, there won't be a Sunday live, but there will be a Monday live, and that will be in the house itself. So let's get back to this. So I will use the rest of the e.l.f. fiber pen in tomorrow's live, but I think there's probably about 3 or 4 uses in that. So let's go through it, and I did keep the receipt in case there's anything that you want to know the price of, basically. So this is going to be the only beauty, I would say, part of things. So this is the Duo Brow Definer, and it is something new. I haven't tried it before. Revolution. So you've got your kind of where you can brush it into place here. Then you've got like a crayon style here, and then there's a before and after, and mine is in medium brown. And I will check how much that was for you guys. That was £3. So I thought that's a really good bargain there, and that wasn't even with the points card. That's £3. That was really good. I wanted to get a body scrub because as we come into September and October, I do tend to go a bit paler, and I do want to, if I am going to be self-tanning, it's really important to exfoliate. So I've got 2 products here. I am using the Vitamin E cleanser, hot cloth cleanser. It's like a it's not a foam, it's more of a cream. And you kind of use your hot cloth after massaging it into the face morning and evening, and the hot cloth then takes it off. This is their same brand, it's just their exfoliating facial scrub. So this is the Gentle Oatmeal Exfoliator, rich in vitamin E, high in antioxidants. So that's for the face. So I'll be doing that. The one for the body I got was actually Dove. Now I haven't tried this before. So this, if I just let you know, the Gentle Oatmeal Cleanser was £4.50, and I know that seems a lot guys, but actually a little goes a long way, and it has the granules in it too. It really does work guys. I know it sounds a lot but you get 100 mils in there. It's animal cruelty free, and honestly I've been using it for years. So what I'm talking about exfoliating is, even if you don't self-tan, try to exfoliate your body and your face at least once a week. Because it really does, all the dead skin cells come off, and that's what you want as well. You want to be able to cleanse, tone obviously, but you want this, the dead skin cells to come off and have kind of really fresh, clean skin, and you also want that on your body. So this is £4.50, but guys, I know it seems a lot, but it really does work. And again, if you have super drug points built up, you'll probably get more off of that. And you'll also find that the vitamin E range do 3 for 2. Now I didn't need anything, but they were doing 3 for 2 kind of really good deals as well. So this is the Dove scrub. It's the the Macaya, is it the Macaya? Yes, crushed macadamia and rice milk scent, and it's their body scrub. Now there was a Superdrug version body scrub, but it was like £10. I do exfoliate once a week. I did feel like the only scent they had it in was like lemon and mango, which can be nice, but it's super strong. And they had kind of just scents. One, the price was quite I found £10 was quite expensive for an exfoliator. This was £3. It's from Dove. It's the exfoliating body scrub, crushed macadamia and rice milk scent, and you don't need a lot again, guys. So what if you're saying, okay, how do you use the exfoliator on your body? So you can have an exfoliator hand glove that has it's kind of the same as an exfoliator cloth, but it's in your hand, which I find much easier. And you pop it, it's in my shower at the minute, but you basically pop the exfoliator on your hand and you can then use it around your body and then rinse it off. And I find it very hygienic as well, because sometimes if you use, say, a brush or a scrub, even if you rinse it after the shower, it's sitting there and it might be gathering kind of just little germs, things like that. So I find an exfoliating glove is much easier. So the macadamia is gentler too. It's like a shea butter smell. It's all kind of closed up. I haven't used it yet, but how many mils is that? So that's £3, and that's 225 mils. And again, always, you know, exfoliate the arms, the legs, the chest, the upper area here, and because, you know, that's where the dead skin cells tend to kind of cling to, and you can sometimes notice when your skin does need that that kind of clean as well. So I do this once a week, but particularly the reason I mentioned self-tanning is always exfoliate. You know, a day before you tan. So that's that. Dove is quite good now at the moment. They're usually $7.50, but this was reduced down to $3, so that was really, really good. The next thing I wanted to do is I always change up my skincare, only because I want to see what really works for me as I'm getting older. And something that I found in Superdrug, and this is something that I wasn't planning to get because I do have a cleanser with about, I say again, a quarter of it left, so I'm not going to open it yet. This is the let me have a look. Yes, so this is the Me Plus by Superdrug Hyaluronic Acid Cleanser with niacinamide and ceramides, cleanses and hydrates. So I'm going through a very dry skin phase at the minute, and it also moisturizes too. So this was, let me check, microfine pencil. I went through that with you guys. Vitamin E scrub, Dove scrub. Oh my goodness. $5.99. So this was $5.99, guys, and I haven't tried it yet. I do want to try it, but the only reason I'm keeping my receipts for you guys is that if you see something and you want it, you either get it for this price, or you might have Superdrug points built, which then will reduce the price. So this was $5.99, and it really, I can't say anything about it yet, but anything, guys, with niacinamide, ceramide, and hyaluronic acid in a cleanser is amazing. So absolutely, yeah, I can't wait to try that out. But I have got some of my Vitamin E Gentle kind of hot cloth cleanser left. So that was that. Let me check. So the other thing I do always get is Sanex. I've been using Sanex for years. The Sanex were doing a deal. So again, this wasn't anything with points. So I really got a lot, guys. The Sanex was... Now, you never usually get 150 mils for less than $4.50 with Sanex. And they were doing a deal for... Sanex 450 mils, $2.99. So, and that does last me quite a long time, guys. Particularly, I find Sanex quite hygienic. With the job I do, you know, I do find it hypoallergenic as well. You can get various ones. They do have a hypoallergenic one. I get one for, this is Pro Hydrate. I usually get sensitive skin, but my skin has been going through a super dry phase. So I got Pro Hydrate, but they do a lot. They do kind of antibacterial. This is 12-hour protection, nourishing shower cream, no sulfates again, and it's vegan. It's a vegan formula too. So Sanex is great too if you just tend to have very, very sensitive skin. They do a clear version with no, you know, proteins in it, anything like that. So I would seriously, seriously recommend this. So if you're not looking for a Pro Hydrate and you're saying, Kira, I have sensitive skin, there's a sensitive version as well. So that was really good, guys, because it's usually $4.50. You do get, I mean, 450 mils for $2.99 is quite good. So that was that. What else have I not shown you? I think, oh yes. So one thing I use, and I know everybody kind of oh yes, there's two other things, sorry. So one thing I use just for hair, I know I don't go on about hair a lot, but for me, I don't know if it's my sensitive skin or if I've got kind of, not acne in my head, but kind of, I tend to get a lot of dandruff. And so I've been using the Classic Clean from Head and Shoulders. It's microdome balance, and it's 100% dandruff protection, clinically proven, and it really is, guys. They do have like strawberry scent. Head and Shoulders are now trying to go along the kind of more LV route, and they are definitely branching out into, like, there was like a lemon flavor, extra nourishing, and they're kind of branching out into conditioners now. So this, I know, has been, I would say, I always thought of Head and Shoulders as quite male dominated towards kind of customers, but I kind of tried it once or twice, I think, over on an overnight. And I've just, it's not that I have a lot of dandruff, but it really just cleans my hair. It absolutely cleans the hair. I feel clean. I don't have dandruff, and it just really does the job. And I think for me, because I'm not hugely into hair and I'm more into makeup, I want to make sure my hair is clean. You know, I want to make sure that it's kind of hygienic. And for me, this is really good. This is just the Classic Clean, so it doesn't have a strong scent, but if you like lemon, there's a lemon one. They're doing an extra nourishing strawberry one now, so they're certainly going into more the female side of things. But for me, that was, if you're somebody that does suffer with dandruff, the Head and Shoulders was $2.99 again, and this is a 250 mils, and you don't need a lot. So that was that one. And the last Superdrug find is, now I've been using these for, I would say, 6 months on and off. I don't get them regularly. These are the Natural Radiant Glycolic Acid Pads, cleanses and brightens. So what I would say, guys, is still use a cleanser. Don't depend on this to take off your makeup or your kind of skin of the end of the day, even if you don't have makeup on. These are very, very good. They brighten the skin, but I wouldn't depend on them completely. The other thing I'll say is they're very, very good, but you only get, now keep in mind, guys, I've been using them for about 3 days, but I will say they only come up to about here. So just keep that in mind. Try them out if you like them. They definitely brighten the skin. They've kind of got a beaded effect, so they do feel good on the skin. Not exactly exfoliating, but certainly like you can feel something happening to your skin. But I wouldn't use them. It says you can, personally, just because of the size and because of how many you get. I don't think I get a full face where I'm satisfied of, yes, all my makeup is off and I feel clean, but they do add brightness. I can see the brightening effect, and glycolic acid is really good for the skin too, but be careful that it can be slightly harsh. So I would certainly still cleanse, and it is, I'll just give you the directions. So it says white pad across cleansed face, so it does say that. Just because some people will see wipes and or pads and they'll think, oh yeah, I don't need a cleanser, but you do need a cleanser for this. So wipe, pad across cleansed face and neck once or twice daily. Avoid the eye area. Always follow with an SPF cream as part of your morning routine and evening too. The smell is like menthol, but very faint, so it's not strong. But I would say, guys, they're definitely an addition to kind of your skincare routine. And they were, now did I get them? I got those on a separate one here. So these guys were slightly more expensive, but I got, so I will say they're expensive, but, and I think, don't get them if you don't want to. These were £9, but they certainly work. Now that's why I said I don't get them all the time. They're an addition, but I do know my skin is really kind of, I've got so much makeup on today, guys, because I've just been so ill the last 3 days, honestly. And then with the fall, and it's all down my arm and stuff, and you can still see here, I've just been getting, as I said on my lives, dizzy spells. And thankfully I was coming back from the van putting a box in, so I didn't have a box with me, and I just literally, you know, just, there was no kind of anything. I didn't feel anything beforehand, nothing, and I just went down. So yes, but going back to the reason I'm saying this is that it is £9, guys, but it does the job in terms of brightening. You can feel something happening to the skin. But the one thing I would say, and the downside and why I don't get them regularly, it isn't just because they're only £9. It is because you do only get, now I did say I've been using them for 3 days, but you do only get to about here, which to me doesn't really make a lot of sense. They're very, very good in what they do. They do sometimes do Radiant, so this is obviously a Superdrug range. They sometimes do the Naturally Radiant deals where you get 2 for 3. So I think they do like their own moisturizers and serums and things like that. But for me, again, this is a vegan formula, but for me, I get them now and then, and they do feel like a kind of a treat. And the only reason, I know I'm on a no-buy, but the only reason I kind of got them now is more like I can just see, I think I've said on a couple of my lives, my skin is certainly changing. So they are something that you may not want to get. However, if you have points built up, you'll probably get them for maybe £4 or £5. So let me check. I think that was all the Superdrug. I've one little bonus thing from Poundland. It's not, that's why I don't think I'll put it in the description, but I'm not really somebody, because I've got a weakness on this side of my hand, that feels confident going into like a nail salon. I've gone once or twice, but getting your nails done, sometimes I have kind of a weak hand here where sometimes it will kind of turn in, and it's not anything that affects me, you know, everyday life, but it certainly makes me self-aware if I go in and get my nails done. I'm also not somebody who kind of ever felt the need to go in and get my nails done, so I always enjoy doing them myself. I also don't get them done a lot, so I'm not going to kind of pay out £40 or anything just to get my nails done. But what I wanted to say is that I was in Poundland yesterday just getting some kind of cleaning supplies, things like that. And I came across Time to Shine from Makeup Gallery. And this is their nail varnish, but I also got this too because I want to tell you about this in a minute. So this was in, I think it was Latte. Yeah, Latte number 5. So they did have variations of brown, and I thought that was really nice. I am going to pop it on, and I will put pictures up maybe in the next, after I move. I'm not going to put this gorgeous stuff on and then move and take boxes and it all goes kind of, but that's where this comes in. So this is Time to Shine Latte number 5. Really nice. I know it's bright outside, so you might not be able to see the color. Now the reason it says Latte 5 is that they had like very, very deep browns, but I thought this was really nice color, guys. Definitely autumnal as well, and summery, and you can use it on your feet. You can do a pedicure. And then this is the Gel Squad top and base coat, so as well, guys. So this was £1, this was £1.50, and they had various colors. They had plum colors, red colors, but I do like those browns, even in bronzers. I think I just have one of those things where I love golds and browns and things like that. And this is something that I thought I'd get, and then I saw this beside it and I said, absolutely, you want to be able to protect your nails as long as you can, just to keep that kind of color going. So that was everything, guys. And so this was £1, this was £1.50, so not very expensive. But again, once you get that base, you're going to protect your nails. And again, I'll probably do it on my feet too, pedicure, but after I've moved, because I don't want to kind of chip them putting something away or anything like that. So that was the video, guys. I do hope you enjoy. My live will be changed from tonight to tomorrow, only because then I'll be in the new place and everything will be kind of more my new setup, and kind of gives me time tonight then to just kind of get the last bits done. I do have until the 9th, but again, I was thinking it probably is better to move the majority of stuff tomorrow because my overnights are a Tuesday. So yes, so that's the video, guys. I do hope that you're all well. I hope you've all had a really good weekend, and I do hope you join me on Monday at 8:30 UK time for the live. Thank you for watching the video, guys. I appreciate you all. Thank you to all the subscribers, and I'll see you really soon.